Well, it's happening, and sorry if the volume is kind of weird. Trying a microphone for the first time, and it's not really that easy to work with, and the cord is very small. But to show my appreciation to my family and everyone who's watched my videos for Christmas, showing my full collection this year all the plushes I've got this year. Thanks to all of you watching and my family, especially Lord, for this. And I mean, it can't be that much, right? It can't be. Holy! And just to get these out of the way, and I open the front because I don't want to take them out, but I don't want to see reflection. Here's the Little Buddy Sine Super Mario Odyssey Wedding Style Mario. This thing is great. I'm keeping it in the box because it's that good, and it's white. That will get dirty very fast. And to get that, I needed to get the Wedding Peach as well, from Little Buddy as well. All 4 KFC plushes still wrapped in their wrappers. I got them for a really good deal too, from 1998. Wow. And Kelly Toy Mario and Talking Mario. Yeah. Let's start off pretty big this year with the Pokemon Center Koraidon. This plush looks great, but this thing is a piece of crap. Okay, before y'all lose your minds, I love how this thing looks. It's crazy, but there's just so much going on. Everything is cut felt, including the eyes, and for $50, this thing feels very cheaply made. I'm sorry, there's like no posability in the tail, nothing in the legs for support or support in the tails. There's posability in the arms, but it's only slightly that good. And he does not stand well. For $50, I expected a lot better Pokemon Center. And the same thing goes for the Miraidon too. This is the Pokemon Center Miraidon. The Miraidon does seem better, but again, cut felt. There's no support in the arms that are supposed to hold it up, so the arms get squashed all the time. And there is posability in the tail, and it's way better, but the material feels just cheaper. And for $50 for these things, it's kind of ridiculous. Pokemon Center, Pokemon in general, what are you doing? Here's an interesting one. Bulborb, the Sine All-Star Collection for Pikmin Bulborb. Why did I get this plush? I love this plush. This plush is really cool, and it can eat stuff. Here is the All-Star Collection Hammer Bro. All-Star Collection Koopa Troopa. Finally got my own All-Star Collection Daisy. Really good. Here is the All-Star Collection Monomole, not the Little Buddy. I mean, it's still Little Buddy, but not the old Sine one. It's the All-Star, okay? Okay. Also, there's something very wrong with this foot. Here's a big one. The Sine Giant Goomba. As you can see, it's still the Sine plush, but this thing is big. I love this thing. It's so big! Here's one a few people are going to freak out about. The Boo Mario plush. The official Boom. Wait a minute. This thing looks kind of fishy. That's because this is just an all-star Boo, just modified with a nose, mustache, eyebrows, and hat, because I'm not paying $300 for Boo Mario. No. So I made my own out of the all-star. And it's not a custom because, well, it's still official. All-Star Collection Paragoomba. I love my Goombas. All-Star Collection Toon Link. Still with his tag. The Fox Luigi or Tanuki Luigi. Raccoon. I'm just call it Raccoon Luigi. Stupid phone. The next plush is. Wait, do you hear that? Holy! Sorry about that. Here's the Club Mochi Mochi blue shell. This thing is very soft. Here is the All-Star Collection Cheep Cheep. Still tagged and got its little hanging thing on. All-Star Collection Larry. I don't have an official Larry, I only have a bootleg, so I bought this, and I'm not going to use it in videos because this Larry is very nice. an old Sine Bowser. This one, it was actually a friend's, and he gave it back to me. So, I'm keeping them. Now I have 10 Bowsers. The tiny little Jack-specific Mario. He's so tiny. And Jack-specific Tiny Peach. For such a tiny plush, they did the face very well. And now for the big ones this year. Kelly Toy Wario. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. Yes, I took off the tag gently. That I still have it. Don't worry. But this is by far one of my favorite plushes. He has a butt. This plush is so cool. I love this thing. A lot of people call it crap, but this thing is perfect Wario. Probably the hardest plush to get this year. All-Star Dry Bowser. Oh, look at this thing. He's still tagged and everything. Oh my gosh. I've wanted a Dry Bowser for a long time. I mean, there was the bootleg one that I have, which is an original character on my show now. But this is Dry Bowser. And this thing was a very hard thing to get. Holy crap, it's not even that old yet, and it's already like King Bomb rarity. People, what is wrong with you? And there should be one more Mario character. Sit! Oh, there it is. We have this, I forget the brand's name, but Giant Luigi. This thing is massive. I think this is around the same size of Metroplex, for goodness sake. But this thing is huge. Oh. And perfect if I ever do a Dream Team series or Mega Mushroom. My only bootleg plush this year, this Gargantua that I've turned into the new and improved Jockey. Because the old one, his clothes never fit, and actually he's up there. Actually, he's now Blitz, the foot soldier. But now we got this guy. And it works a lot better, and I love the clothes. Shut up, dog! Other only few Pokemon, we got Palkia. Sitting cutie. I'm not spending $50 on Palkia. My show was on a budget and I spent it all on Koraidon. But here he is. He is so mad. Sitting cuties. Metagross. Pokemon Center Necrozma. This thing is cheaper than Koraidon, and yet this thing is better than Koraidon. He's got posability all in the legs, all in the arms. He's really well made. His material's good. I mean, this one's in used condition, but this one is better. That's sad. And now for the mini Sonic plush this year. Starting with a good Sonic plush. What's the brand name again? Finny? Something like that? The Finny Sonic? This Sonic is good. Very good size, very good. And he actually has the spikes. We have the same brand Knuckles. Jack-specific Shadow the Hedgehog. I got this one just for a couple bucks, but I mean, like, it's a pretty good shadow for the face. Jack-specific Metal Sonic. I got this thing for $1. My favorite Sonic character of all time, Silver the Hedgehog. We do not talk about Sonic 06 though, that game was stupid. But there is the Great Eastern Entertainment Silver the Hedgehog. This is a good plush. I love this thing. And now for Super Sonic from Great Eastern Entertainment, still wrapped in his wrapper. Holding this thing is soft. It's crazy. It's everything I would have wanted in a Super Sonic plush. The Jack-specific things, crap. This is a Sonic plush. A Super Sonic plush. Everybody was Super Sonic Racing. Still wrapped in this wrapper. Great Eastern Entertainment Rouge the Bat. Got her to go with Shadow. And this plush is good. Look at the heels. Those are hard to get. And the wings actually feel really good. And the face. The face is good. She does have a plastic nose, but that doesn't bother me. And finally, for official plush, Dr. Eggman. Same brand as Sonic and Knuckles, the Finny brand. Yeah, I read the tag too. But this Dr. Eggman looks great. And he's a little bit smaller, which is actually a good thing, because how else am I going to fit him in robots? Wait, almost forgot, it's so small, but here is another Bluebird. Now I have 3. Now for custom plush I didn't make this year. Starting with Roselia, shiny Roselia. There's a piece of felt on its head. There we go. Azelf, oh! Azel from Pokemon, what has happened to your poor little face? And very long tails, but oh, its poor face. Uxie from Pokemon. Still, eh. And Mesprit, the best looking one out of the three, though. I mean, its face looks pretty good. Focus. Camera focus. There we go. Its face looks the best out of all of them. We have the Chili Bean from Plants vs. Zombies. This thing is soft. He's got the little bean thing, but it looks funny. But, yeah, Chili Bean. Chili Bean Bomb! Here's Meloetta from Pokemon. But the one who makes my plush ran out of green and used this blue, but it actually looks like shiny Meloetta. So, hey, everything works out, right? One of my favorites this year, Sandile from Pokemon. Look how cute he is. Here is Mallow 1.0. Yep. Mallow 1.0. And here's Mallow 2.0. He is kind of flat, but like, honestly, who cares? And he doesn't have pants on the butt, but here is Gino from Mario RPG. I forgot to mention that Mallow's from RPG as well, Mario RPG. But are we sure this thing is custom? This thing looks great. Just wow. The Garlic Drone from PvZ Garden Warfare. From Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, the Vampire Flower. A favorite. Magikarp from Pokemon. This thing is big, but this is a perfect Magikarp. And Croco from Mario RPG. Look at this thing. Wow. Look at the legs. Look at the bag. Look at the head. Look at the hat. Look at the detail. This thing is great. Thank you to the person who makes my plush, because this thing is great. And another plush I didn't make this year. Spooky Squash. Yes, this is the Spooky Squash from Etsy, if you saw the unboxing video, but I love this. This is probably one of my favorite plushes of all times. It's soft, the detail, the size. This thing is great. Now for plush I've made this year, personally, that I've done myself. Here is the Toxic Citron. This thing is tiny, but it looks decent. There's a lot of detail going on here. The Sun Pharaoh. I love the face. This came out good. Very good. Plasma P from Garden Warfare 2, or 1. The other ones are from Garden Warfare 1 and 2, but, you know, camera focus. I tried my best. I really tried my best. The Necros from Garden Warfare 2. It's nothing but pipe cleaners. And here's a semi-custom character with Metal Sonic Mark X, or X for short. This thing, the only thing plush about it is the head, but this thing looks great. The body's all Lego Hero Factory / Bionicle, but it looks great. I like this. I like the darker color scheme. This thing is great. Here is Toon Zelda from the Toon Zelda games. She has no legs. Sad. Here is Annalyn from, well, Annalyn. A very good indie game. I recommend you should go play that because it's a fun game. The smallest plush I made this year, a red Pikmin. I don't know why I made a red Pikmin, but I made a red Pikmin. Another plush I don't know why I made, but I did. Here is a Zora Guard. This thing is pretty detailed, and it sits. And also it's got real jewelry on it for the detail. That's pretty nice. From Pokemon, here is Ogerpon. A very simple designed legendary. And the mask can come off to reveal its cute little face, and it's attachable via a magnet. A really detailed and hard one to make. Here is Terapagos from Pokemon. This thing took a lot of time just to print out all the symbols and cut them out and then glue them on, then paint on the details. And I tried painting here, and it was just a pain to make. From Pokemon, here's Wu-Chan. or Wushin, you know what I mean. This thing is pretty highly detailed, and this is the first plush I made this year. So, fun fact. From Pokemon Shen Pao. This thing was a pain to make. And finally, I don't have Tinglu, but here's Chi-Yu from Pokemon. It's a goldfish. It's just a goldfish. Why is the goldfish a legendary Pokemon? I don't understand. The most difficult plush to make this year. Calamity Ganon. Not Ganondorf. Calamity Ganon. From the Age of Calamity. Hyrule Warriors. Are you kidding me? This thing was hard to make. Trust me. And if you say this thing is crappy, focus, camera. Think what I was trying to make here. One of my favorites I made this year. Rob. I am not spending the hundreds of dollars on an official Rob, but here he is. He's got the cleaners and everything. I love Rob. He needs more recognition from Nintendo. He needs more time in the spotlight, honestly. Here is Susie from Kirby. She was going to have a big role on my channel, but sadly, it was canceled. But yeah, she's got little arms and everything, and it looks pretty decent. I have to admit, pretty decent. From Kirby, here's the big, bad Dark Matter. He was going to have such a big role on my channel for a video, but he didn't. He didn't. Another one of my favorites this year, Numa from Xenoblade, but I know her from Smash Bros. Because this is Pyramithra and they're up there. But this is a lot smaller, a lot better, and a lot more detail. And I am very happy with how much detail there is on this plush. The arms are bendable, and she has her sword that can be removed or placed in her hand. Here is Omega from Sonic the Hedgehog. Wow. Yeah, this was a very difficult plush to make, so yeah, because it's a robot. I'm trying to make a robot here. Robots are not easy to make into plushes. But he's got posable arms and stuff, and he's got one open hand, one not, and the reason one's open is so I can attach his Gatling gun. From Skylanders Imaginators, here's December. I am not spending $300 on the official toy. Are you kidding me? So, I made a plush. She does not have her staff. Her arms don't really bend, but oh well. And here is King Leok. This plush is ridiculous. It does seem kind of cheap, but I mean, this thing was hard to make, but it's got all three heads. This is the weirdest looking head, and this is the longest head. And all heads are posable. So are the wings. This thing is big. And the one I know my Plants vs. Zombies plush fan base of my show have been waiting for. It's here. The Zombot. That is actually very small. But honestly, this thing, if this thing was big, then what was the point of this guy? So yeah. But it does have a spot for Zombots to go in. Too bad he does not like to stay in there. The arms move. He's got his big legs. He's got detail all over. And he's got one funny eye. Okay, let me explain. Okay, so let me explain. And also the camera quality just got up all of a sudden, but you might be asking, Aussie, why the heck did you make Bowsette of all characters? Well, if you're fans on my channel, you might know about Mario Plush Clone-mageddon. That show has been in the works for years. Since I started my channel, it's been in the works. Because I couldn't figure out the main story or anything. Yeah, Bowser clones himself and makes an army, but then what? And then one leisurely day, I was just on YouTube and stuff, and then I saw a video of Bowsette, and I was like, oh great, another Bowsette meme. Then I stopped for a minute. I looked at Bowsette, I looked at my idea. I looked at Bowsette, I looked at my idea. Bowser clones an evil Peach. Boom. And why don't you create a custom design and name, then use the one that's already here. So, yep, Bowsette. Here she is. She has very skinny little legs. And I'm going to destroy this plush after the show. Now for the big three, starting with Kiram. This thing is big. Really big. And he's front heavy. But he's got cardboard and beams in his feet to help him stand, but it really doesn't help him that much. His face is very detailed. He doesn't have his claws, and he's very soft in places. But this thing was a pain to make, so just don't ask. And the plush that was the biggest pain to make this year, Black Kiram. If you've seen my YouTube shorts or my Instagram, which I have, you would have known about this guy, but this thing was a pain to make. This took a week and a half to make. I burnt my fingers so many times. The tail was so annoying. It took so long figuring out that this arm took a day to attach. This thing was annoying, but I feel like the end result was way worth it. And finally, White Kiram. White Kiram? Yeah, I was not going to make White Kiram, so my family member got me a sitting cutie, or actually, a Pokemon Fit. My first Pokemon Fit. And this thing is way too deep. If that thing was a problem, this thing would have been a problem. No. And the final plush, the true big three. Omega Supreme. Oh boy. This thing took a whole year to make. All year, since last August. Last August of 2022. This thing is crazy. He's got posable arms, posable fingers, rotating head. He's got detail everywhere. This thing was crazy. And don't mind me, but there was a problem with that. And oh boy, I have such a big role for this guy. Oh my gosh, he is so heavy. And the Autobot's a little small, but yeah. But it's a plush of a robot. And if you say this thing is crappy, I was trying to make a plush of Omega Supreme, for goodness sake. That's it. That's it. That is everyone. That's it. This is everything I got this year. Oh boy. This took a while. I'm tired of sitting. There are so many plush. I am not buying any more plush. There's at least like 60 plush here. And that's not even counting the ones in the bins I haven't shown in this video, or the ones I have just scattered around the house. There's just so many. No more plush. Please, just no more plush. I have enough. And to answer some questions, who are my favorites this year? It's Spooky Squash. Are you kidding me? Look at that thing. I love Spooky Squash. He's my favorite. I also like Kelly Toy Wario for personal reasons. Kelly Toy Wario is one of my favorites. And Dry Bowser. That is crazy detail. And for custom plush that I've made myself, it's Omega Supreme. Look at that thing. That thing is huge. And Numa. Numa looks great. So much detail on her. And actually, who's your favorite? There's so many plush here. Who's your favorite? I'm actually very curious to know. Who's your favorite if you watched until now? And if you want to get some of these plush, Walgreens, Pokemon Center, Target, no idea where you would get that or that. I don't even know where you're from. Amazon, GameStop, Pokemon Center, no idea. Check your local fair or claw machine. And for all this, from Omega Supreme to this, well, these are personal. No one's ever getting these things. Were personally made for me to use for videos for you guys, but one day these guys will be passed down to a new generation. One day, but that's not today. So, I wish you all a Merry Christmas as the sync goes on. Stupid sync. Well, have a Merry Christmas. And now I have to clean all this up. Are you kidding me? Also, everybody was supersonic racing.